Friends, now we have to do the remaining problems from the standard costing chapter, and in that we need to see how to do the reconciliation of profit. Reconciliation of profit. When I say that reconciliation of profit, basically we need to reconcile with the budgeted profit and the actual profit. Okay, so that is the sort of reconciliation which we need to do. Now, how to do this reconciliation? In order to do the reconciliation, you can use any type of format or any type of calculations, but it should ideally start with budgeted profit. Okay, then what do you have to do? You have to add all favorable variances. Add favorable variances. Why favorable variances are added? Because whenever there is a favorable variance, whether it is a cost variance or revenue variance, any favorable variance will add to the budgeted profit, or it will increase the budgeted profit. Okay, so for example, there is an entity which has only favorable variances. If there is only favorable variances, the actual profit will be higher than the budgeted profit. On the reverse, if there are adverse variances, those adverse variances have to be reduced from what? Reduced from the budgeted profit to arrive at the actual profit. Okay, so add favorable variances, then less adverse variances. Okay, so the difference, the net result should be the actual profit. Okay, so one thing which you need to keep in mind here is that suppose you have calculated material cost variance, and you got a value which is adverse. Then it has other bifurcation, the next bifurcation as usage variance, which let me say favorable, and price variance, which is adverse. Okay, net is cost variance adverse. Now if you are considering usage variance and price variance independently, then you don't have to consider material cost variance again. Or if you are considering material cost variance, then you need not depict this usage variance and price variance. Okay, so there should not be any duplication. And what ideally what we can do that whenever we have subclassifications, those subclassification of variances have to be considered, so that you will get a fair idea as to why these variances happened. Okay, so always keep in mind there should not be any duplication. If there is any duplication, then you will not reach at the correct actual profit. Okay, so this is how you do the reconciliation. We will do a problem, and with that it will be even more clear. Okay, so you can take question number illustration given in page number 12.20, where you are required to do the reconciliation also. Okay, so you can take question number the illustration given in page number 12.20 and read the question. You can pause this video and read the question. Okay, so hope you have read the question. Now we will read it once again. All informations are directly given. Osaka Manufacturing Company, OMC, is a leading consumer goods company. So there is a company. The budgeted and actual data of OMC for the year 2018-19 are as follows. So you have the budgeted data and actual data. You have a table. Then you have sales and production, sales bar production units. Okay, the first information is the unit information. Then you have sales in value, then variable cost, fixed cost, profit. There is no much classification. It's only sales, variable cost and fixed cost. Okay, then budgeted data shown in the table is based on the assumptions that the total market size would be 4 lakh units. So total market size, budgeted total market size was 4 lakh units, but it turned out to be 3,75,000. So actual industry size was 3,75,000 units only. Now what is the requirement? Required to prepare a statement showing reconciliation of budget profit to actual profit through marginal costing approach for the year 2018-19 in as much as detail as possible. So whatever details are available, with that as much as detail you can provide, you need to provide the reconciliation and the analysis. Okay, so we will go ahead now. How to do that? Basically you need to do some calculations first. Okay, so you can write working note. Working notes 1. First you can find out budgeted market share. Budgeted market share. How do you compute the budgeted market share? Budgeted market share is equal to budgeted sales quantity divided by budgeted market size into 100. What is the budgeted sales quantity? Budgeted sales quantity was 2 lakh units. And what was the budgeted market size? Budgeted market size was 4 lakhs. So 2 lakhs out of 4 lakhs. 2 lakhs out of 4 lakhs into 100. That will give you a budgeted market share of 50%. Then next is you can find out actual market share. Actual market share. Similarly, the formula will be actual sales quantity divided by actual market size. Okay, so that is 1,65,000 divided by 3,75,000. 1,65,000 divided by 3,75,000 into 100. So you get the value as 44%. Is it clear? So budgeted market share is 50, whereas actual market share is 44%. Now what else you can compute? You can compute the standard selling price. Okay, standard selling price, how do you compute? You know what is the total sales value and total number of sales units. So you can find out the selling price per unit, standard selling price per unit. Standard selling price per unit is equal to how much? What is the total sales value? 21 lakhs divided by 2 lakh was the budgeted production, budgeted sales. So that is equal to 10.50 rupees. 10.50. Okay, now actual selling price per unit. What is the actual sales revenue? Actual sales revenue was 16,92,900 and 1,65,000. 16,92,900 divided by, one small mistake here, you don't require rupee. Okay, divided by 1,65,000. So that will give you what is the price per share, price per unit. It is 10.26 per unit. Okay, now you can find out what the contribution. You know what is the revenue and the variable cost. So budgeted contribution is equal to rupees. What is the total sales value? Budgeted sales value was 21 lakhs minus variable cost. What is budgeted variable cost? Budgeted variable cost was 12,66,000. 12,66,000. So budgeted contribution is 8,34,000. 8,34,000. So you can find out budgeted contribution per unit. Budgeted contribution per unit is equal to rupees 8,34,000 divided by 2 lakh. That is nothing but rupees 4.17 per unit. 4.17 per unit. Okay, so that is budgeted contribution per unit. Now what you have to do? You can find out the variable cost per unit. Standard variable cost per unit is given to be rupees 12,66,000 divided by 2 lakh. And what will be the amount? The amount will be rupees 6.33 per unit. And you have actual variable cost per unit, that is equal to, actual variable cost is given to be 10,74,150. 10,74,150 divided by 165, 1,65,000. So that will give you rupees 6.51 per unit. Okay, so that is the calculation part. Now what do you have to do? You have to compute the variances one by one. So you can write the heading calculation of variances. Calculation of variances. Okay, so we need to compute the which variances? We need to compute the marginal cost variances only. Okay, standard marginal costing is what we are going to apply here. Okay, so here you have what? Market size and market share information. So you can compute market size variance and market share variance. Okay, so first you can start with in the previous lecture we saw why there is market size variance and what do you mean by market size variance. Okay, now one addition which I can tell you here is market size variance is the variance which happens due to any variation in the market size. Am I right? Variation in the market size. So you budgeted 4 lakh market size, but actual market size was how much? 3,75,000. So this variance is a planning variance. Am I right? It's a planning error. Okay, you planned for 4 lakhs. You estimated that 4 lakhs would be the market size, but in fact it was only 3,75,000. Okay, so this is a planning variance. Okay, so you can also call it as what? Market volume. Okay, no, let me, sales volume contribution planning variance. Okay, right. Now what is the formula for this? Market size variance is the difference between actual standard market size and budgeted market size. So I am writing first actual market size minus standard market size, both in units. Okay, we have already written the formula, into what? Budgeted market share percentage into standard or budgeted contribution per unit. That is the formula, right? Okay, and what was the actual market size? It was 3,75,000. How much did you budget? We budgeted 4 lakhs. So there is a decrease of how much? 25,000. And you have a budgeted market share of 50%. So whenever your market size decreases by 25,000, of that 50% will be the variance which will come to your entity. Okay, so 25,000 into 50. Why 50%? Because that is your budgeted market share. So into 50. And what is the contribution loss you will incur when there is a fall in your volume by this 12,500 units, okay, into the standard contribution. So multiplied by what is standard contribution? Standard contribution is 4.17. Did you get that point? Okay, see, your market size was expected market size was how much? 4 lakhs, but it turned out to be how much? 3,75,000. So the difference is 25,000. Okay, difference is 25,000. So 25,000 is the fall in the market size. Okay, so when there is a fall of 25,000 in the expected market size, definitely what is your market share? Your expected market share, 50% market share you are expecting. Okay, so when there is a fall of 25,000 in the market size, of that 50% will be a fall in your sales quantity. Am I right? So 25,000 into 50%, that will be how much? 12,500. Okay, so 12,500 units fall will be there in your sales quantity. So whenever there is 1 unit fall in your sales quantity, there is contribution loss. What is the contribution loss? You have budgeted a standard contribution of 4.17 per unit. Okay, so 4.17 rupees will be the contribution loss when there is a fall of 1 rupee, 1 unit sale. So here 12,500 unit sale is fall is there. So into 4.17 will be the total change or total variance in the contribution due to change in the market size. Okay. And so here it will be 12,500 into 4.17 will be 52,125 rupees. 52,125. Tell me, is it favorable or adverse? Market size reduced. When market size reduces, it is a favorable, it is an adverse variance. Adverse variance. Okay, so that is market size variance. Naturally, you can compute what? Market share variance. Market share variance is the variance in your market share. Why did your market share reduced? Due to your problems, internal problems. So that is something related to an operational variance. So you can call it as sales volume contribution operational variance. Okay, right. So what is the formula? You know what is the actual market share? Actual market share in percentage minus budgeted market share. You had a budgeted market share of 50%, but your actual market share differed. Naturally, what will happen? Your volume will come down, your sales will come down. Okay, into what? Actual market size. Now the difference between standard market size and actual market price we have already considered in planning variance or market size variance. Now what you have is actual market size. So actual market size into what? Whenever this is the change in the market share, I expected a market share of 50%, but I got only how much market size? I think 44. Yeah, 44% market size, market share only what I actually got. So there is a fall of market share to the extent of 6%. Okay, 6% on what? The actual market size was 3,75,000. So on that 3,75,000, 6% market size, market share fall was there. So 3,75,000 is the total in market size into 6%. So 22,500 units fall in the total sales was recorded due to change in the or variance in the market share. Into for each fall in the sales quantity, I will lose how much? 4.17 rupees as contribution loss. Okay, so 22,500 into 4.17. Okay, so that is how you compute here. So market actual market size into standard contribution per unit. So actual market share was 44% minus budgeted was 50% into what is the actual market size? 3,75,000 into what is standard contribution per unit, rupees 4.17. So 6% of 3,75,000. 3,75,000 into 0.06 will be 22,500 into 4.17. That will give you 93,825. 93,825. Tell me, is it a favorable or adverse variance? It will be an adverse variance because your market share reduced. So, is it clear? So, your total sales volume variance is equal to rupees 52,125 adverse plus 93,825 adverse. So total will be 52,125 plus 93,825. That will give you 1,45,950. 1,45,950 adverse. So that is the total sales volume variance. Okay. Now what you have to do? You have to compute other variances. Other variance will be what? Sales price variance we have to compute. So sales price variance. Okay. How do you compute that sales price variance? Sales price variance is the difference between actual selling price per unit minus standard selling price per unit. Difference between the selling price per unit into actual sales quantity. That is the formula. So what is the actual selling price per unit? We have already computed it to be how much? Actual selling price is 10.26 whereas standard is 10.50. Actual selling price is 10.26 minus 10.50 multiplied by what is actual sales quantity? Actual sales quantity is 1,65,000. So total will be 10.26 minus 10.26 minus 10.5 into 1,65,000. That will give you 39,600 adverse. 39,600 adverse. Okay. So that is sales price variance. Okay. Now you have to, so we have completed with the, we have done with the sales variances. Now you have to come to the cost variances. Okay. So cost variances. In cost variances, the first variance is variable cost variance. Okay. So you can write you don't have too much information with respect to the why variable cost differed and all. You just know what variable cost as per the budget and the actual variable cost. That's all what you have. Okay. So what you have to do here is variable cost variance is the difference between standard variable cost per unit minus actual variable cost per unit. That is the cost variance into actual production. Okay. What is standard variable cost per unit? Standard variable cost per unit is, we have already computed, 6.33 and actual variable cost per unit is 6.51. Okay. So 6.33 minus 6.51 into what? Number of units 1,65,000. Okay. So difference will be, what happens to the variable cost? Variable cost standard is 6.33 but actually 6.51. So actual cost increased from the standard. So it will be an adverse variance. So this will be rupees 29,700 adverse. Next you have fixed cost expenditure variance. Why only fixed cost expenditure variance? We have already seen that. Here we are using standard marginal costing. In standard marginal costing, there won't be any fixed overhead volume variance. So directly you can write here fixed cost expenditure variance. Okay. So that is the difference between budgeted fixed cost and actual fixed cost. Minus. Okay. What is budgeted fixed cost? Budgeted fixed cost is 3,15,000 and 3,30,000 is the actual. 3,15,000 and the actual is 3,30,000. So what happens to the variance? Variance will be 15,000. Is it favorable or adverse? It will be adverse because actual fixed cost is more than budgeted fixed cost. Okay, so we have done up to this. So we have computed all cost variances as well as revenue variances or contribution variances. So now you can do with the reconciliation of profit. Okay, so you can write statement of reconciliation of profit. Okay, what all information do you have? You know what is the budgeted profit and you know what is the actual profit. You should start from the budgeted profit and reach till the actual profit. That is what you are expected to do. Okay, so start with budgeted profit. So write the heading budgeted profit. Budgeted profit was all in rupees 5,19,000. Okay, then what did I tell you? When you start with budgeted profit, all favorable variances have to be added to the budgeted profit and any adverse variances have to be reduced from the budgeted profit. Okay, so add favorable variances. Okay, any favorable variances here, you will see market size. It is adverse. This is adverse. This is adverse. This is adverse. Adverse. Adverse and adverse. All variances we have computed so far are adverse variances. So there is not even a single favorable variance. So here nil. Now what do you have to do? Less. Adverse variance. I told you when you take these variances there should not be any duplication. Okay, so adverse variances, we can start with sales volume variance or sales volume contribution variance is basically sales volume contribution. Okay, under that one is planning, or you can write what? Market size variance. Either market size variance or planning variance. What was that? It was 50 to 125 adverse. It was an adverse variance, right? Now market share or operational variance. What is the amount? 93,825. Okay, right. Now what do you have to do? Sales price variance. One is volume, the other one is price variance. 39,600. Again, this is also adverse. Okay, now you have to come to the cost variances. You have two cost variances, variable cost variance and fixed cost variance. Okay, variable cost variance 29,700 adverse and fixed cost Friends, I am not spending too much time on cost variances because I am presuming that whatever cost variances are there in your final syllabus, we have already learned it in intermediate. Okay, that is why I am not giving you any formulas and all. I am directly moving to the problems. Okay, so the net should be actual profit 5,19,000 minus 52,125 minus 93,825 minus 39,600 minus 29,700 minus 15,000 will give you what? 288,750. 288,750 adverse. What is the actual? 288,750 profit. Okay, so that's it. Now you can write a note. Any cost variance is the difference between one standard cost for actual production and 2 actual cost for actual production. Standard cost for actual production and actual cost for actual production. This is not much relevant. Actual cost for actual production, that is not to be written. You can simply write it as actual cost. Okay, so even here when you computed the variable cost variance, what did we write? Standard variable cost per unit. Formula was standard variable cost per unit minus actual variable cost per unit into actual production. I wrote this formula for easy understanding. Actually, what is this? This I can rewrite as standard variable cost for actual production minus actual variable cost, means for actual production. What is standard variable cost for actual production? This is nothing but standard variable cost per unit into what? Actual production units minus what is actual variable cost? Actual variable cost per unit into actual production. This is what we have written here as a formula. Okay, so any cost variance for that matter is the difference between standard cost for actual production and actual cost for actual production. So here you have to be extremely careful about this actual production part. The standard cost you are computing should be for actual production, not for the budgeted production or standard production. You may have a budget of 10,000, but you actually produced only 9,000. So the standard cost means it is the standard cost for that 9,000 units produced, not for 10,000 units what you budgeted. Okay, because any difference between the budgeted quantity and actual quantity will be taken in the revenue variance, not here. Is it clear? Okay, fine. So that's all with that particular problem. Okay, now I think we need to move to the exercise problems, I think. Okay, so